Marlene Dietrich. Marlene Dietrich was a woman who redefined beauty and power in a time when conformity ruled Hollywood. Her striking androgynous appearance wasn't just a natural gift, it was a carefully constructed masterpiece. Dietrich underwent a painful electrolysis procedure to raise her hairline, a decision that permanently altered her face to fit the rigid beauty standards of the era. She didn't stop there. She famously wore ankle weights during filming to perfect her walk, creating a graceful, almost hypnotic sway that became her signature. Her diet was equally extreme, consisting of little more than tomato juice and crackers, a regimen that kept her figure impossibly slim but left her perpetually hungry. Behind the glamour, she was a pioneer, challenging gender norms by wearing trousers both on and off screen, a bold move that scandalized the public but cemented her as a style icon. Dietrich's beauty was not just skin deep, it was a weapon, a carefully honed tool she wielded to control her image and defy expectations. Beneath the surface, her life was a constant battle between the demands of Hollywood and her own fierce independence. Mae West. Mae West was a force of nature, a woman who refused to let society dictate how she should look, act, or live. Her beauty was unconventional, her figure unapologetically curvaceous in an era that often celebrated slender frames. West was one of the first women in Hollywood to embrace weight training, using small dumbbells to maintain her iconic hourglass shape. She believed in cultivating curves and rejected the extreme dieting trends of her time, instead focusing on resistance exercises and a diet that emphasized balance over deprivation. Her fitness philosophy was as bold as her personality. She once said that her curves were dangerous but impossible to ignore, a sentiment that perfectly captured her approach to life. West's beauty routine was equally unique. She avoided harsh cosmetics, preferring natural oils and creams to keep her skin youthful. Her confidence was her greatest asset, and she used it to shatter stereotypes about age, beauty, and femininity. Mae West didn't just play by her own rules, she rewrote them entirely, leaving a legacy that continues to inspire. Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe's beauty was so iconic that it became a global standard, but few know the lengths she went to maintain it. Her fitness routine was groundbreaking for its time. She lifted weights, a practice almost unheard of for women in the mid-20th century. Monroe designed her own workout, which included resistance exercises to tone her arms and legs, ensuring her famous curves remained perfectly sculpted. Her diet was equally unconventional. She started her mornings with a glass of warm milk mixed with 2 raw eggs, a high-protein breakfast that she believed gave her energy and kept her skin glowing. Monroe's beauty secrets extended to her skincare routine, which included Vaseline as a moisturizer to create her signature dewy complexion. But her beauty wasn't just physical, it was a carefully crafted illusion. She dyed her naturally brown hair platinum blonde and underwent subtle cosmetic enhancements to refine her features. Behind the glamour, Monroe was a perfectionist, constantly working to maintain the image that the world demanded of her. Her beauty was both her greatest asset and her heaviest burden, a double-edged sword that defined her life and legacy. Hedy Lamarr. Hedy Lamarr was often called the most beautiful woman in the world, but her beauty was only part of her story. Her fitness and beauty routines were as meticulous as her scientific mind. Lamarr believed in the power of facial exercises and spent 15 minutes each day making exaggerated expressions to prevent wrinkles, a practice that was both unusual and ahead of its time. She also used raw egg whites as a tightening mask before public appearances, a method that gave her skin a flawless, porcelain-like finish. Lamarr's beauty wasn't just natural, it was a carefully maintained facade. She avoided heavy makeup off-screen, believing it aged the skin, and instead focused on hydration and natural remedies. But her mind was as sharp as her features. While Hollywood fixated on her looks, Lamarr co-invented a frequency-hopping technology during World War II, a groundbreaking innovation that later became the foundation for modern Wi-Fi. Her beauty was a distraction, a mask that hid the brilliance beneath. Hedy Lamarr was more than a star. She was a genius, a woman who defied expectations in every possible way. Jean Harlow. Jean Harlow, the original blonde bombshell, was a woman whose beauty was as much a product of Hollywood's demands as it was her own natural allure. Her platinum blonde hair became her signature, but achieving that iconic look came at a cost. Harlow's hair was bleached weekly with a harsh mixture of ammonia, peroxide, and soap flakes, a process so damaging that it reportedly caused her hair to thin and her scalp to burn. To maintain her figure, she followed a peculiar tomato-based diet, eating 2 whole tomatoes and drinking black coffee for lunch and dinner. This extreme regimen kept her weight in check but left her perpetually fatigued. Harlow's beauty routine extended to her skin, where she used ice-cold compresses to tighten her face before filming. Behind the glamour, her life was marked by the pressures of maintaining an image that Hollywood demanded. Her beauty was not just admired, it was dissected, controlled, and commodified. Jean Harlow's legacy as a beauty icon endures, but the lengths she went to maintain her image revealed the darker side of the Golden Age's obsession with perfection. Joan Crawford. Joan Crawford's beauty was a weapon, one she wielded with precision and discipline. Her skincare routine bordered on obsession. Every morning she splashed her face with ice-cold water 25 times, believing it tightened her skin and kept her complexion youthful. She also used a metal roller on her face to stimulate circulation, a practice that was decades ahead of its time. Crawford's fitness routine was equally rigorous. She performed daily calisthenics, including stretches, leg lifts, and arm exercises to maintain her famously toned figure. Her diet was strict, avoiding rich foods and focusing on lean proteins and vegetables. Crawford's dedication to her appearance extended to her posture. She reportedly tied herself to a chair as a child to train herself to sit upright. Her beauty was not just a gift, it was a carefully maintained facade, one that required constant effort and sacrifice. Joan Crawford's image as a glamorous star was no accident. It was the result of relentless discipline and an unyielding commitment to perfection. Veronica Lake. Veronica Lake's beauty was as mysterious as her famous peekaboo hairstyle, which became a cultural phenomenon in the 1940s. The hairstyle, which covered one eye, wasn't just a fashion statement. It was a clever way to conceal a slight asymmetry in her face. Lake's beauty routine was unconventional. She used olive oil as a hair treatment to keep her locks shiny and healthy, a practice that was rare in her time. Her fitness regimen was less structured than her peers, but she maintained her figure through horseback riding, an activity she loved and often credited for her toned legs. Lake's beauty, however, came with unintended consequences. Her hairstyle became so popular that it was banned in factories during World War II, as it posed a safety hazard for women working with machinery. Veronica Lake's allure was both her greatest asset and a source of unexpected challenges, a reminder of how beauty can shape and complicate a star's life. Greta Garbo. Greta Garbo's beauty was legendary, but it was her enigmatic aura that truly set her apart. Her approach to beauty and fitness was as unconventional as her career. Garbo followed the Hay diet, a regimen that involved separating proteins and carbohydrates in meals, a practice that was considered revolutionary in the early 20th century. She was also an early adopter of juicing, often drinking fresh vegetable juices to maintain her health and glowing complexion. Garbo's fitness routine was simple but effective. She walked everywhere, often for miles, believing that walking was the key to both physical and mental well-being. Her skincare routine was equally minimalist. She avoided heavy makeup, preferring natural oils and creams to keep her skin hydrated. Garbo's beauty was not just physical, it was a reflection of her inner discipline and self-awareness. She famously retired from Hollywood at the height of her fame, choosing to live a private life away from the spotlight. Her beauty was not just admired, it was studied, imitated, and revered, a testament to her timeless appeal. Buster Keaton. Buster Keaton, known as the Great Stone Face, was not just a comedic genius, but also a physical marvel. His beauty was unconventional, defined by his sharp features and stoic expression, but it was his athleticism that truly set him apart. Keaton's fitness routine was not a structured regimen, but a byproduct of his daring stunts, which he performed himself in every film. He trained his body to endure incredible physical feats, from leaping off moving trains to falling from great heights, all without the safety nets or CGI of modern cinema. One of his most famous stunts involved a 2-ton house facade collapsing around him, with only a small window frame saving him from being crushed. This required not only precision, but also immense physical control and courage. Keaton's strength and agility were honed from a young age, as he grew up performing in vaudeville with his family, where he learned to take falls and tumbles without injury. His body was his instrument, and he treated it as such, maintaining a lean, wiry frame that allowed him to execute his stunts with precision. Buster Keaton's legacy is not just in his films, but in the physical artistry that made him a pioneer of cinematic comedy. Rita Hayworth. Rita Hayworth, the love goddess of Hollywood, was a woman who transformed herself into an icon through sheer determination. Born Margarita Cancino, she underwent a complete physical reinvention to fit the industry's beauty standards. Her naturally dark hair was dyed a fiery red, and she endured painful electrolysis to raise her hairline and reshape her face. Hayworth's fitness routine was equally disciplined. She trained as a dancer from a young age, and her background in flamenco gave her a grace and poise that translated beautifully on screen. Even after becoming a star, she continued to practice dance daily, using it as both exercise and a way to maintain her figure. Her diet was carefully managed, focusing on lean proteins and vegetables, and she avoided heavy meals to keep her waistline trim. Hayworth's beauty routine included a strict skincare regimen, with cold cream and facial massages to keep her skin radiant. Behind the glamour, however, was a woman who worked tirelessly to maintain the image that Hollywood demanded. Rita Hayworth's transformation into a global icon was not just a testament to her beauty, but to her relentless dedication and resilience. Ava Gardner. Ava Gardner's beauty was so striking that it was said to stop people in their tracks, but her allure was far from effortless. Known as the world's most beautiful animal, a nickname she reportedly disliked, Gardner's fitness and beauty routines were surprisingly simple, yet effective. She was a natural athlete and loved swimming, which she credited for her toned figure and glowing skin. Gardner also enjoyed horseback riding, an activity that kept her legs strong and her posture impeccable. Her diet was balanced but not overly restrictive. She believed in moderation rather than deprivation. Gardner's beauty routine was equally straightforward. She avoided heavy makeup off-screen, preferring to let her natural features shine, and used olive oil as a moisturizer to keep her skin soft and hydrated. Despite her effortless appearance, Gardner was acutely aware of the pressures to maintain her image in Hollywood. She once said that her beauty was both a blessing and a curse, as it often overshadowed her talent. Ava Gardner's legacy is one of natural elegance and understated discipline, a reminder that true beauty often lies in simplicity. Vivien Leigh. Vivien Leigh, best known for her roles in Gone with the Wind and A Streetcar Named Desire, possessed a beauty that was both delicate and commanding. Her porcelain skin and striking features made her one of the most photographed women of her time, but maintaining her appearance required constant effort. Leigh followed a strict skincare routine, using rosewater and cold cream to keep her complexion flawless. She also believed in the power of rest and often took naps during the day to rejuvenate her skin and energy. Her fitness routine was less conventional. She practiced yoga, a rarity in the mid-20th century, to maintain her flexibility and mental clarity. Leigh's diet was carefully managed, focusing on light, nutrient-rich meals to keep her figure slim. However, her beauty was not just physical. It was deeply tied to her ability to embody complex emotional roles on screen. Leigh's dedication to her craft often came at a personal cost, as she struggled with the pressures of fame and the demands of her career. Her beauty was not only in her appearance, but in her ability to captivate audiences with her presence, leaving a legacy that continues to inspire. Cary Grant. Cary Grant, the epitome of suave sophistication, was not just a screen icon, but also a man deeply committed to his physical and mental well-being. His striking good looks and athletic build were the result of a disciplined lifestyle. Grant was an early advocate of yoga, a practice he discovered in the 1930s, long before it became mainstream in the West. He believed yoga helped him maintain his flexibility, posture, and mental clarity, which were essential to his on-screen charm. In addition to yoga, Grant was a fan of swimming and walking, both of which he credited for keeping him lean and fit. His diet was equally meticulous. He avoided heavy meals and focused on fresh fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins. One lesser-known fact about Grant is that he was a proponent of self-improvement and mental health. He famously underwent therapy in the 1950s, which he credited with helping him achieve a sense of inner peace and balance. Cary Grant's beauty was not just skin-deep, it was a reflection of his holistic approach to life, combining physical fitness, mental health, and a timeless sense of style that continues to inspire generations. Errol Flynn. Errol Flynn, the swashbuckling star of Hollywood's golden age, was as famous for his rugged good looks as he was for his adventurous lifestyle. Flynn's fitness routine was unconventional but effective. He was an avid outdoorsman who loved sailing, swimming, and horseback riding, all of which kept him in peak physical condition. Flynn's athleticism was not just for show. He performed many of his own stunts in films like The Adventures of Robin Hood, showcasing his agility and strength. One surprising detail about Flynn's beauty routine was his use of coconut oil, which he applied to his skin to keep it moisturized and sun-protected during his frequent outdoor adventures. Despite his carefree image, Flynn was highly disciplined when it came to his physical appearance. He maintained a lean, muscular physique through a combination of active hobbies and a diet that emphasized fresh, natural foods. However, his off-screen lifestyle often overshadowed his dedication to his craft. Errol Flynn's legacy as a Hollywood heartthrob endures, but his commitment to fitness and his natural charisma were the true foundations of his enduring appeal. Barbara Stanwyck. Barbara Stanwyck, known for her versatility and commanding presence, was a woman who defied the traditional standards of beauty in Hollywood. Her striking features and athletic build set her apart from her contemporaries, and she worked hard to maintain her unique look. Stanwyck was a fan of horseback riding, a passion she'd developed while working on Western films. This activity not only kept her fit, but also gave her a sense of freedom and control in an industry that often demanded conformity. Her fitness routine also included daily stretching exercises, which she believed helped her maintain her flexibility and posture. Her beauty routine was refreshingly simple. She avoided heavy makeup off-screen, preferring to let her natural features shine, and used minimal skincare products to keep her complexion clear. One fascinating detail about Stanwyck is that she was known for her no-nonsense attitude toward Hollywood's beauty standards. She once said that true beauty came from confidence and self-respect, a philosophy that resonated in her performances. Stanwyck's legacy is one of strength, independence, and a timeless beauty that was as much about her character as her appearance. Audrey Hepburn. Audrey Hepburn's beauty was often described as ethereal, but her delicate appearance belied a disciplined approach to fitness and self-care. Hepburn's slender figure was the result of a lifetime of ballet training, which she began as a child and continued into adulthood. Ballet not only gave her grace and poise, but also kept her body lean and toned. Hepburn was also an advocate of walking, often taking long strolls in the countryside to clear her mind and stay active. Her diet was simple and balanced, focusing on fresh vegetables, whole grains, and small portions of lean protein. One surprising detail about Hepburn's beauty routine was her use of cold water to wash her face, a practice she believed helped tighten her skin and maintain its youthful glow. She also avoided heavy makeup, preferring a natural look that highlighted her striking features. Despite her fame, Hepburn remained grounded, often attributing her beauty to happiness and kindness rather than physical attributes. Audrey Hepburn's legacy is one of elegance, discipline, and a beauty that transcended the superficial, making her an enduring icon of grace and charm. Jane Russell. Jane Russell, the sultry star of The Outlaw, was known for her striking hourglass figure and commanding screen presence. Her beauty was celebrated, but few realized the effort she put into maintaining her iconic look. Russell's fitness routine was ahead of its time. She was a fan of weight training, a rarity for women in the mid-20th century, and used light dumbbells to tone her arms and shoulders. She also swam regularly, which she credited for her toned physique and graceful posture. Her diet was balanced, but not overly restrictive. She believed in eating everything in moderation, focusing on fresh fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins. One fascinating detail about Russell's beauty routine was her use of petroleum jelly as a moisturizer, which she applied to her face and hands to keep her skin soft and hydrated. Despite her glamorous image, Russell was known for her down-to-earth personality and practical approach to beauty. She once said that confidence was the key to true beauty, a philosophy that resonated in her performances. Her legacy is one of strength, elegance, and a timeless appeal that continues to inspire. Clark Gable. Clark Gable, the king of Hollywood, was the embodiment of rugged masculinity and charm. His chiseled features and athletic build made him a heartthrob, but his appearance was the result of a disciplined lifestyle. Gable was an avid outdoorsman who enjoyed hunting, fishing, and horseback riding, all of which kept him in excellent physical shape. He also played tennis and golf, which helped him maintain his lean, muscular frame. Gable's diet was simple and focused on whole, unprocessed foods. He avoided rich, heavy meals and instead opted for lean meats, vegetables, and fresh fruit. One lesser-known detail about Gable's grooming routine was his meticulous care for his teeth. He wore dentures from a young age due to dental issues, and he was known to be self-conscious about his smile. Despite this, his charisma and confidence made him one of the most beloved stars of his time. Clark Gable's legacy is not just in his films, but in the effortless charm and discipline that made him a true icon of Hollywood's golden age. Betty Grable. Betty Grable, the pin-up girl of World War II, was famous for her $1 million legs, which were insured for that amount by her studio. Her beauty and fitness routines were carefully designed to maintain her iconic figure. Grable was a trained dancer, and she continued to practice dance throughout her career to keep her legs toned and her body flexible. She also swam regularly, which she believed was the best full-body workout. Her diet was strict but not extreme. She focused on lean proteins, fresh vegetables, and small portions to maintain her hourglass shape. One surprising detail about her beauty routine was her use of ice packs on her legs after long days of filming, which she believed helped reduce swelling and keep her muscles firm. Despite her glamorous image, Grable was known for her approachable personality and work ethic. She once said that her success was due to hard work and determination rather than luck. Her legacy as a beauty icon and a symbol of hope during a challenging time in history remains unmatched. Carole Lombard. Carole Lombard, the queen of screwball comedy, was known for her radiant beauty and vivacious personality. Her approach to fitness and beauty was refreshingly modern. Lombard was an avid tennis player, and she credited the sport for her toned arms and legs. She also enjoyed hiking and swimming, which kept her body lean and strong. Her diet was simple and focused on fresh, natural foods, avoiding processed or overly rich meals. Lombard's beauty routine was equally straightforward. She used minimal makeup off-screen, preferring to let her natural features shine, and she was a fan of cold cream for cleansing and moisturizing her skin. One fascinating detail about Lombard was her sense of humor about Hollywood's beauty standards. She often joked about the lengths actresses went to maintain their looks, but she was also deeply committed to her craft and her appearance. Her legacy is one of wit, charm, and a beauty that was as much about her personality as her physical features, making her one of the most beloved stars of her time. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment. Also, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell to get notified of our new videos each week. Thanks for watching.